Welcome to the Purpose and Profit Summit, where our mission is to help female business owners step into their purpose and create profitable businesses. Your host for this session is Jeanette Anderson, known as the Why Whisperer because she is passionate about showing expertpreneurs how to tap into their why or purpose so that they get that they matter and live like they do. Jeanette is the founder of Bodacity, the movement, and the creator of the Purpose and Profit Summit. And she has another amazing guest coming right up. Take it away, Jeanette.
Awesome. Welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited you're here, and I am so excited to have you here, Danielle. We haven't had much chance to really get to know each other, so I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Let me tell you just a little bit about Danielle, and then we want to launch right in so she has lots of time to give you tons of expertise and wisdom here. Danielle is one of Bob Proctor's top consultants. She's earned the Gold Pin Circle of Excellence. Only 7 people in the company hold that pin, and is a PGI top 100 or 1% consultant. She has earned all sorts of accolades and status, and is known as the self-image queen. She's known for transforming her own image to create success, and shows others how to do the same to gain more confidence and become more effective at sales and leadership. She's a mentor to coaches that earn millions, and it is normal for Danielle's clients to turn their annual income into their monthly income in a relatively short period of time, all by teaching them how the mind works. So let's launch right into that. Welcome, Danielle. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeanette. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so happy to have you. So let's launch right in and talk about, how do you recommend a person discovers their purpose?
Well, I think that we discover, but in a way of like noticing what we love. So this life is really about enjoying ourselves, and because of our experiences in life, we're sort of directed to discover it. And it's not only what we love, but it's also what we've attracted to us and how life is showing up for us. I'm a really big, I love that line, life's always happening for us rather than to us. And so many of our experience, and I know for myself, I was like 6 figures in debt, Jeanette. And I think back to those days, and that was really helping me. It was for me so that I could help people in similar positions now earn millions of dollars, because it really doesn't matter where you've come from, what education you have, what family, where you were. It's just what do you want now, and where are you going? So I think purpose is so important. We got to love what we're doing and feel good about it and help other people.
I love that. I totally agree. And I was just talking about that very topic a few minutes ago. So, you've kind of alluded to it. All of us have had things that have happened to us. How do we use that to serve other people?
Yeah, I think it's really about when we're going through the experience, that's not the time, I don't believe. I believe, we go through the experience with a perception that this is happening for me, that all and then be conscious of the lessons and apply the lessons to our lives. Like what can I learn from this? How can I help other people? I always tell my clients, the quality of the question determines the quality of your life. So I ask myself really good questions, and I'm consciously moving through the experience and responding rather than reacting as much as I can. And I journal about it. I notice what comes next. And after I'm through the experience, that's when I take the time to reflect, learn, and then go out and I apply what I've learned. So that's key. So I don't make the same mistakes over and over. I apply what I learned, but then I also teach others in a way that they can apply it, and then notice what happens for them. What change do I create by sharing my own experience in someone else? And I find that we can save people money, time, and going through some of the crap that we did if we share from a place of our learning. And then for me as a coach, I then learn from their experience. So I not only have my own, that what I've learned and how I've thought about how things have happened. Now I'm, helping 10 other women, for example, or 10 other people. And I'm like, okay, so this is what happened for them. And all of a sudden I have like books and journals of experience that make such a difference.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that last piece around you have books and journals. Sometimes we can't see the journey that we're on. We can't see the lessons and the learning and the value that we're bringing. Many people I know really struggle to understand that that because we've come through it, we think that therefore it's easy. Everybody understands this or knows this or can do this because we've done it. How do you
Right.
tell, what do you say to people who say, well, you know, everybody can do this or everybody knows that or everybody has that experience?
Well, I really believe that we have experiences to help other people. I believe that that a human being is most fulfilled and at their best when they are growing themselves through experiences and then contributing and helping other people. So I don't believe that everyone knows all the same things. You know, our experiences are so unique to our own human being, and we came here for a specific purpose. And with we were already programmed when we got here, you know, and we are programmed through our parents and upbringing, and that programming dictates our experiences that we have in this human body. And so it's very different. And even like family members, my sister's experience is very different than my own because we have two different purposes here. And so I think it's, you know, we don't want to assume that everyone knows, and to believe that exactly what you're going through, if you can turn that around into a service mindset, and know that there are people, no matter where you are at, Jeanette, there are people that are looking up to you. There are people that you are further ahead in some area of your life compared to other people that you can serve. And it's about being your authentic self and learning from those experiences so that you can serve those people. And if you don't show up and light up, like think about all those people that aren't served. And it's like literally they're waiting for you to show up. And that's what I found. As soon as I started sharing my experiences, it was like they were there all along, but I couldn't see them because I wasn't being true to me.
Exactly. And I really want you guys to hear that and let it sink in. They are waiting for you to show up.
Yeah.
And when they do, then they can find us so much easier because we're showing up. So that's so, so important. So lots of people talk about mindset and there's lots of different kind of conceptions around it. What do you call mindset and how does that really influence or control a person's results?
Mindset is everything. Your results are a direct reflection of where your thinking has been. And as in Power of Awareness, many of the great books, in fact, everything starts with the mind. And it's ignorant to think that it's anything outside of you. And I was just actually doing a webinar. This is so interesting. This is how much I read Power of Awareness. It's well loved. But I was speaking with my clients about how everything starts in the mind. And we often think that it's outside circumstances, but it's our thinking that creates everything. And so for me, mindset is not only your thinking, it's your entire attitude. So it's your thoughts, which lead to the way you feel, which then lead to your actions. So thoughts, feelings, actions. And our results are a direct reflection of those three. It's like a cake mix, it's the combination of them. And they have to be in alignment with your true self, with your goal achieved. And that's your truth. And so Neville Goddard says, go to your goal in your mind, in your imagination, the end result. Go there in your mind, use your imagination, and then view the world from that place. And that's the mindset you want to have.
I love that. And I think it's really the key that you just said there was feelings, thoughts, feelings, actions. A lot of people think I have my feelings and then they just happen to me. But I truly believe that it is that we have certain thoughts first. The feelings
Totally.
don't just float around and land on us randomly. They're a result of what we're focusing on, what we're thinking about, and the stories we're telling about that, which then, like you said, leads to the actions and the behaviors that then leads to the results. So, what are some ways that people can kind of address that if they're noticing their thoughts? What can they do about that if they want to
Yeah, I
shift?
love that's so good. I love Wayne Dyer's quote, change your perception of the thing and the thing changes. I believe so much of our power resides in one of our mental muscles, perception. Now we've got different mental muscles: imagination, your will, your memory, your intuition, but your perception is key. So we are, as human beings, story making machines. We're always making up a story. So why not create a story, since we're making it up anyway, that's going to serve you? And that is exercising your free will. You have free will to think the thoughts you want to think, not the thoughts that just happen by default. So ask yourself some really good questions to change your perception of your current situation, maybe you don't like. And two very simple questions that I love are just simply, what do I want? Like right here in this situation, what do I prefer? And then how would that feel? And you can use these questions moment to moment. I'm going out to a restaurant with friends. What do I want? Well, I prefer the table that's on the ocean. I prefer our friends to have amazing conversations and to connect. I prefer a free cake for my friend's birthday. These are all things that we manifested last night, by the way, going out for dinner, because I set my intentions and I said what I wanted. It's ask, believe, receive. You must ask what you want, believe that it's possible, and then be open to receiving it. But most of us are just going through life so quickly that we don't take the time to ask and set our intentions and really control our thinking. So I think it's just like asking yourself good questions, understanding that you can change your perception. This is where often a coach comes in, right? To help you ask the questions, and then you can train yourself to find out what those questions are. But it all starts with us, and it's like, being willing to take your responsibility back.
Mm, absolutely. I love that. So tell us, and there's so many pieces in there that were really strong. Yes, believe, receive, and what do you want? And I love your little distinction on that, prefer. Because sometimes if you ask, especially a woman, what do you want? They're so used to not knowing or not having that question asked that even just shifting it to what do you prefer can make it more accessible to answer that. So I love that distinction.
So good. And if I can add to that for one quick second, the prefer, like sometimes when we say, what do we want? What happens is we think about what we want based on our past experiences. Like, well, that's not really possible. Well, I say, like, according to her, like according to who says that's not possible. So then when we say, well, what would you prefer? Like in a universe where anything's possible, what would you prefer to happen at dinner tonight? It's
Exactly.
just, yeah, good.
I love that. Well, and there's so many different kind of distinctions on how did we make those shifts, but I really want to ask about what is the law of compensation? What does that mean?
Ah, yes. So this is one of my favorites, and this was taught to me by my mentor, Bob Proctor. So the law of compensation, and here's the thing with laws, we know this law. This is the law of gravity. When I drop my pen, it's going to fall. It's not going to go to the roof, right? So the laws are not man-made. They can't be changed by man. And when we understand the laws, now this one's more around the laws of cause and effect, but the laws of compensation is really interesting because you're compensated on direct proportion to three things. Number one, the need for what you do. So the question is there a need for what you are currently doing? And really, do you believe in that need? Because you're always going to get what you believe. So number one, the need for what you do. And I highly recommend journaling about this so that you are thinking the thoughts you need to think to be compensated well. Number two, you are directly compensated for how well you do it. So number one is need for what you do. Number two is how well you do it. So let's think about this. How well I do what? Well, how well I am a coach, or how well I am, an entrepreneur in your field. What does that mean? Well, the number of people that you serve, how well you communicate, how well, like the results you get with your clients or in your job, how well you do your job. Let's think about this with an actor. It's very easy to see. So let's say we have an actor that's in community theater. They're performing every night in front of like 35 people. Awesome. They are compensated in direct proportion to that. So they might make a few $100s a week. And then we have an actor who's on Netflix and they are seen by millions of people. Wouldn't you agree? So they are, and there's, they might, both actors might have the same sort of talent, but how well they do it is different. And it's the number of people that the Netflix actor is impacting, and they are compensated in direct proportion to that. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the difficulty there is in replacing you. So if you're doing a really great job, it's harder to replace you. So my mentor always said, don't worry about number 1 and number 3. Like, make sure that your mind is straight on your thinking and your perception there, but focus on number 2. Focus on becoming very good, very effective of what you do, and reach many, many people. And if you do that, the law will take care of itself.
Beautiful. And I'm busy taking notes. That's why I'm looking down if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. And if you're not taking notes, I highly recommend it. You'll retain more, you'll be able to refer back to it, but you'll get it at a deeper level. So, because these are really valuable things when you apply them. So the key there, like you said, is how well you do it. And that brings us back to mindset of how do we get better at what we do? Well, part of that is staying in the game. And part of that is making sure we have the right mindset that keeps us in the game. And some people are living their passion and purpose and earning tons of money, and others aren't. So what's the difference there? What is the difference between those that are in the game and making it and those that are in the game but not making it?
Yeah, this is such a great question. And this is some of the work that we've been studying, successful people as far as money goes. And Bob's been doing that for 60 years, that he dedicated his life to that. So we know the difference. Success is 95% mindset, 5% strategy. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing. And this is interesting because companies and people, they invest millions of dollars into strategy and teaching people how to sell and all of that. But you won't get the results if your mindset isn't congruent to your goal achieved. So if you are going out there and selling as an entrepreneur, and you're saying all the right things and doing all the things, but inside your mind, you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in your product, you don't believe, you'll never get the results. And this is what I didn't understand. Jeanette, I thought that success was just work hard, work hard, work hard. So I was willing to work 14, 16-hour days, and my results were hardly shifting. And I didn't know why. And I didn't understand it was my mindset, the way that I was thinking. And as soon as I shifted that, my results went through the roof. I tripled my income in 6 months by just thinking a different way.
Beautiful. Well, and you know what? There's a question here, and we're going to talk about what your gift is in just a second. But there's a question here about, I'm able to manifest for other people, but not myself. I'm not sure if that's what you meant by that, Helen, but I think that there are lots of people that have that issue of, yes, I can manifest for others, but I'm not making the money for myself, or I'm not making the results for myself. What do you hear is the shift required there?
Well, here's the truth. You're always manifesting. You cannot turn it off. You can't stop the law of attracting, and the primary law of that is the law of vibration. And we also can't manifest for anyone else. We each have our own center of how we're feeling, and that thought, feeling, and action is what's bringing you into your world. So I would say that, if you were really honest with the way that you've been thinking and feeling about your current situation, it's probably not in alignment with what you want. And it's no big deal. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's like so common, and so what we need to do is to get yourself thinking the thoughts that you need to think in order to manifest what you want to manifest, rather than manifest on default, which is what most of us are doing. And you cannot turn it off. I want to say that again, like there's not a moment in time, like right now, you, me, Jeanette, we are attracting to us. We're manifesting right now. Like your feelings are your guidance system. So if you are feeling not so good, and I would just make it really simple, am I feeling good or I'm feeling not good? And if I'm feeling Good, great. Keep going there. Ask yourself, how can I feel better? Let's more of these kind of thoughts, please. And if I'm feeling not good, ask yourself what you're thinking that's having that. And then ask, write out. I always tell people take pen to paper because writing causes thinking. And then you
Right.
can, get yourself into a bucket of feeling good.
Awesome. I love it. Then there's more there. I know there is, but I want people to be able to get your gifts here. So, Money Manifesting Mantras is your free gift for everyone. So, please click on the link that's in the chat there and go get Danielle's Money Manifesting Mantras, which I actually have opened and I'm grabbing right now as we speak. And tell us a little bit about that, but then also tell us about your VIP gift, Becoming, Design and Align to Your True Prosperous Self. So go ahead and grab that, you guys. And as soon as you've got it, put a $sign in the chat so we know that you got the Money Manifesting Mantras. All right, so tell us about your gifts.
Okay, so the money manifesting mantras, these are the affirmations, the auto suggestion that I used when I was going from 6 figures in debt to then tripling my income and then earning 6 figures a month. And these are mantras that I needed to use to replace my existing fears, doubts, worries about money, because I was so in debt, and I used them over and over and over. So I tell you why mantras or affirmations work, because most people use them, but they don't know why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I go through that, and then I actually give you the ones that I used. And I became obsessed about it because I was told by my mentor, if you do exactly what you say, you can have anything you want. And I was like, I'm coachable. I'm going to do exactly what you say. And I did it. And then I tracked my results. And this is the result of that. So these are really great. The next one is the VIP gift, which it's a 2-in-1, Jeanette. So they're going to get the Becoming Masterclass. This is the masterclass on self-image, because you'll never outperform the image you have of yourself. So I take you through an entire 5-day class with a workbook, and you'll get the step-by-step method to really, like, from where you are to where you want to go. And it's be, do, have. So you're going to become the person you need to be in order to manifest the results you want. And there's a bonus in there. It's Find Your Purpose training. And it is a shorter program that I take you through some questions so that you can really get connected to why you're here. What's your purpose, and why did you come into this physical body? Because you have an impact to make. And the more people that live that way, the better the world is.
Thank you. That's awesome. And I see that Laura and Steph and Tammy and so many people have already got your mantras. And Lori, thank you so much, you guys. And if you haven't already got a VIP ticket, again, for this training alone, it's so worth it. So please do grab that. Up next, our very next speaker is Marilyn Rice-Saunier, who's going to be talking about the 3 steps to success without sacrifice. The Zoom link is there, the 3 steps to success without sacrifice. So thank you so much, Danielle, for being here. We just got 30 seconds. What's one thing you'd like to leave everybody with?
Well, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So build the picture of the life that you want. You're here for a reason. It is for you, I promise. Expect abundance.
Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. And we will see you all soon on the next conversation with Ginny and Marilyn. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us for another amazing session of the Purpose and Profit Summit, where our mission is to help female business owners step into their purpose and create profitable businesses. For recordings of all sessions, plus an amazing VIP gift bundle full of courses and resources from our knowledgeable speakers, upgrade to VIP for only $97. If you have any questions or problems during the summit, email our support team at support@purposeprofitsummit.com. Stay tuned, we have another amazing speaker coming right up.
Great presentation, Cheryl said. Great presentation, Danielle. Thanks so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye.